Hello gorgeous, welcome back to my channel. For my newcomers, I am ElevateHER. I invite you to join our community of inspiring women. If you are interested, go ahead and subscribe down below. You're so pretty. If everything is dipped in gold. In today's video, we will be covering how to achieve the ultimate level of self-awareness. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. Self-awareness is defined as having conscious knowledge of one's own character and feelings. Being self-aware is much more difficult than it seems. Trust me, it is something that I am still working on to this day. Being self-aware is much more difficult than it seems. It's not just about what you like and what you don't like. It goes deeper than that. Those things are just surface level. It's more about why you like or don't like certain things about yourself, other people, and the world around you. It's about knowing what events trigger both negative and positive emotions and reactions. It is about being able to recognize patterns in your own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. So you're not going to just wake up one day and say, oh, I'm going to be self-aware, and bam, now you're self-aware. So being self-aware is definitely a skill that has to be worked on and practiced and refined each and every day. You know, it has to be actively worked on each day if you want to continue to become more and more self-aware. The more that you practice it, stop and think about what it is that's actually going on in your life, the more quickly you will be able to become self-aware. It's something that you really have to be intentional with and put the practice and effort in order to build that skill, up to the level that you would desire. Through my own experience and my own research, I would like to share some tips with you guys on how I am striving to become more self-aware and things that have been helping me along the way and things that I'm going to be implementing in my journey of, becoming more self-aware and just being more intentional about the things that I do, say, and feel. So the first thing that I would say to increase your self-awareness and achieve that ultimate level of self-awareness that we all desire, hopefully, is to journal. Journaling is something that a lot of people always recommend. If we want to become more self-aware, we're going to have to practice those skills. And if we want to recognize the patterns of us being more self-aware, journaling is super helpful and super important. Unless you have some kind of supernatural memory or something of that nature, you won't be able to see and recognize patterns in your thoughts, feelings, and emotions just by remembering them. So journaling and writing them down is a crucial step. Take the time out of your day to journal as often or as little as you would like. Just make sure that however you're doing it, you are being consistent. I will say that the more you take time to journal, each week or each month or however you plan on doing it, the more often times that you journal, the easier it's going to be able to see the pattern. Like, okay, so now I can connect this to this, and this is why I've been doing this so far. And oh, I felt like this yesterday, but now today I feel like this. Now these journal entries, they don't have to be anything long, okay? Me personally, my journal entries, they vary in length. I don't typically make super long journals, but I wouldn't say that my entries are short either. But that's something that's really objective and depends on your own perception of long or short. The second thing I would recommend is to make a timeline, you guys. Just a timeline of events that has happened to you. So I would say maybe significant events, okay? You don't have to put what you did yesterday on your timeline unless it was a significant event, right? Think of things that happened to you as a child, trips your family might have went on, your best and worst memory, and challenges and obstacles that you had to face in your adult life. This will help you to see and remember events that have happened to you that can lead towards an explanation as to why you behave the way you behave, why you think the way that you think, or why you feel the way you feel about something. And I sound really vague because it's gonna be different for everybody. We all have our own individual experiences, is what I'm trying to say. It's really something that you have to actually do if you want to see the effects of, you know, if it works for you or not. When I did this method, you guys, I found out so many different things about myself, like, or I wouldn't even say I found out. It's like I rediscovered some type of nostalgia or something like that. I'm like, man, I remember that time. And I'm like, oh, okay. So maybe I act like this whenever someone says things like this to me because I never liked it when this event happened and that really triggered me. You know what I mean? Like it's really eye-opening. I will definitely say that. Another way to reach the ultimate level of self-awareness is asking the people around you, okay? It is so hard for us to turn our view internal and see things about ourselves, like different qualities about ourselves, whether that's good or bad qualities. Like I already know that somebody's like, oh, tell me about yourself, and you just sit there like, you don't know it, right? I would definitely recommend you to go ask someone that you're close to, someone who has seen you in multiple different seasons of your life. You know what I mean? Like close relatives, your mom, best friends, stuff like that. Ask them to describe you in 3 words. Ask them, how do they feel about your personality? You know, just things they see in you. You might not have recognized them in yourself. People are really good at recognizing good and bad things about other people, but they're not as good as recognizing good and bad things about themselves. So use this to your advantage. 10 out of 10, definitely recommend you asking somebody about yourself. Now, while I do recommend this, you guys, it's very important that we are mindful that we're not getting offended by some of the things that people might say. Of course, it's uncomfortable when we have to listen to other people point out our flaws. Like, don't try to get defensive or feel offended about it, because at the end of the day, nobody's perfect, and it's just something that we all have to deal with. You know, unfortunately, it's very necessary if we want to become more self-aware, get to know ourselves on a deeper level. Okay, humans have layers, and not all of them are beautiful. So, I mean, it is what it is. You have to take it with a grain of salt. Plus, they might point out something that you could do some inner work on. Like, that's not anything bad. There's always going to be room for growth. The next tip I would say to achieve the ultimate level of self-awareness is definitely pay attention to how you feel about other people. If you find yourself feeling a way about a certain person or the things that they do, who gets on your nerves at work? Why is it that they bother you so much? Is it a trait that you've always hated in others? Or is it something that you secretly wish that you had? Maybe you don't like people yelling at you because your older sister always yelled at you and said mean things to you. So now you're sensitive to anybody who raises their voice at you. The way that you feel about other people is definitely important to, and it can be a strong indicator to, you know, why you feel a certain way about something. And on the flip side of that, you can ask yourself, who do you love? Who inspires you? Who do you wish you were more like? What traits in that person do you wish that you had in yourself? What traits in that person do you want to develop within yourself? So with all that being said, I just want to close out that point with this. Us humans love to project. You know, it's just something that we have to admit. Oftentimes we are quick to see the bad and negative traits in other people, or positive traits in other people, but most of the times it comes from things that we don't like or things that we wish we had about our own selves. Last but certainly not least, the next step to becoming more self-aware is writing your goals down and meditate on them. Okay, when you write things down, you're able to get it from your head onto paper so you can see, and it becomes more real. You're taking it out of your mental and putting it into the physical. Write down these goals and then ask yourself, why do I want to achieve these goals? Is it because you want people to see you as smart? Is it because it's something that you really feel passionate about? Is it because you want to make your family proud? Or is it because you feel like you need to reach this goal in order to live your dream life? These are all things I am actively doing that is helping me to become a better person and become more self-aware. With that being said, if there's anything else that you've experienced or something that you've been doing to also help you become more self-aware that I didn't name on this list, let us know down in the comments, okay? We are here to help and inspire other women to become better people. Not even just women, like even if there's some males in the comments too that's watching this video, like we all want to become better versions of ourselves. It's only going to be more healthy for our inner self, mental health, and the world in the long run, okay? Join our community. This is a community where we help and inspire other people to achieve their goals and become who they want to be. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one, gorgeous. So pretty.